Just listen to that. So good to see one of India's all-time greats, the famous nickname Gabbar. He is here. 34 tests with 700s, 167 ODIs and 68 T20Is for India, playing with Delhi, with Mumbai, with Deccan, with the Sunrisers, back at Delhi, and then most recently with the Punjab Kings 11 in the IPL. Second leading run scorer in the history of that competition, just down south of the border from here. And we've got a packed full house on a Monday, barely even afternoon yet. This is what the MPL is all about. Andrew Leonard here to guide you through every piece of it, and what better man than a former Indian international to tell us a bit more about Shikhar Dhawan. Shriyam, how brilliant a player was he, and is he?
Terrific for Nepal Cricket League, that Nepal Premier League that is here. He's one of the most experienced batters going around, and what a face that adds glamour to this already buzzing tournament.
If you're wondering what that roar was, the in-ground PA just announced his name. The big screen, which is again another new addition to this venue that has never ever looked better. The spiritual home of Nepali cricket here in Kirtipur. We're about 15 minutes outside of the downtown city centre, not too far also from the twin city of Lalitpur. Beautiful part of the world. Dev Kanal, he's going to open up the batting. What an experience for the under-19 captain, who captained his country so well in January in South Africa, and the full senior international, to get to open the batting alongside a legend of the game. It's going to be young Kishore Mahato with the new ball in his hand. Janakpur will fancy their chances to make it 2 from 2. This call of winning the toss and choosing to bat first from Sampal Kami is going to be tested out. A big surprise for us, wasn't it, Chiram?
Most definitely. All the captains so far have bowled first. What I can understand is thinking probably it's a used wicket. He wants to put runs on the board and put the pressure back on the Janakpur bowls. Their batting wasn't tested last game.
Right hand bowling over.
Milanta and Harsh Thakur got them home, but today will be a different day.
Match 3, we're all set. Mahato to Dev Kanal, here we go. And a wide outside the off stump. I'm so pleased. I can't even explain how pleased I am to see Kishore Mahato back here in Nepal. Moved down to Australia, having been in the national team last year, and really I think it was the draw of Prabhudu Dasanayaka to get him back up here to Nepal. He's playing grade cricket down in Australia, first grade, a very high level. There's the man everyone in town is talking about. Caused quite the stir arriving at the airport the other night, didn't he?
He creates a stir wherever he goes. He's getting into politics in India. So, all set.
Dev Kanal's a young batter to watch. Very stylish, very elegant, very good through the covers.
Already I like the first look of him, and I like Kishore Mahato too. He's got a good buzz in his action, gets the ball to move away, can generate decent pace. I'm so happy he's come back to Nepal. They won the toss and elected to bat.
That's where he's strong. He's really good straight down the ground, and that whole area from sort of mid on the leg side all the way around to an extra cover. He loves driving. He's a rarity in Nepali cricket. You don't get very many tall players. You think of Gulshan Jha, who we'll see come into action in the coming days, the all-rounder. Anil Shah, Kishore Mahato. But Dev Kanal is taller than all of them. Very elegant, very languid, beautiful batter to watch. He's got a big reputation. He's very stylish, gets off the mark to greet a big roar, and the fans, they don't want the second because they want Shikhar on strike.
That was beautifully played. Just under the eye. I can barely hear Lenny because the crowd are going berserk for Shikhar Dhawan. This is a great moment for the Nepal Premier League. Number 42, Shikhar Dhawan, legend of Indian cricket, Indian white ball cricket should I say. 17 ODI hundreds, 68 T20 international appearances, formed a formidable opening partnership with Rohit Sharma, and is here facing Kishore Mahato. What a moment, history in the making for the Nepal Premier League.
Oh, and a lovely anti-climax, a leg side wide. Oh, what a roar. I could barely hear you, as you said, right next to me here. There's an intimacy to this venue, isn't there? It's a very special ground.
It's a loud ground as well. You can hear the crowds up close. You can hear them. And the energy is buzzing here at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. And I quite like Kishore Mahato. Had good carry in the last ball.
Just getting his line wrong, not adjusting to the left-hander. Would have been a good line to Dev Canal, not to Shikhar Dhawan. Shikhar hasn't been in action since the IPL just gone last match in April, but he was still in pretty good touch, wasn't he, for the Punjab Kings 11?
He got injured midway through the tournament and didn't play after. But he got a couple of 50s. He got one against LSG, I remember, when he played against them in Lucknow. That was probably one of his last big knocks.
Yeah, that day 70 off 50 with 7 4s and 3 6s. What made him so good in the IPL? Why was he so effective?
He knew his game so well. He played at really good tempo. He's opened with David Warner. They've forged a very, very good partnership, the two left-handers. Can hit those boundaries. Very good against spin and pace. Very good square of the wicket particularly.
Also incredibly consistent, something that you'll often overlook. You'll see some players have big spikes in their form, but you look at all his numbers throughout the 222 IPL matches that he's played, accumulating 6,769 runs. There is not a single season dating all the way back to 2016 where he averaged less than 30. That's an incredible stat.
Terrific consistency, and his strike rate, something he has to keep an eye on, but he can definitely go big.
Just listen to that. That's what they've come to see. Shikhar, elegance and class through the covers. End of the first over, 8 for none.
Himsta for a complete home. सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid, 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
One who spans the bridge between those two World Cup appearances for Nepal back in 2014 in Bangladesh, and just this year earlier in the United States and in the Caribbean, where Nepal came within a whisker, within inches of beating South Africa. And remember, South Africa could well have won the tournament unbeaten. We'll see spin to start with again. It's Lanat Rajbanshi. Good diving stop at backward point. I know you were really impressed with Rajbanshi the other day, but what about this from Shikhar Dhawan? How good a drive was this?
If this doesn't set the tournament alight, what will? Languid, elegance, grace personified, that cover drive from Shikhar Dhawan, last ball of the last over.
Bowls him. It's Rajbanshi again. The trademark 2 fingers to the sky. It's always the inside edge he beats, not the outer. Just skids on, ever accurate. Canal looks for a yahoo down the ground. He misses, and the Yaks lose their first.
Went across the line. He'll be disappointed with this shot. Could have gone straight up. Deceived in the air. Beautiful flight from Lalit Rajbanshi. Just taking off from where he left in the previous game. 3 for in the last game. Wicket of his second ball. Dev Canal goal for 1, and it's 8 for 1, the Yaks.
Here comes Chadwick Walton. Has played here before in Nepal. A very, very stylish stroke maker. And someone who's scored runs all around the world, often at the top of the order. He can bat opening up, but he's in at number 3 today. And he'll join Shikhar Dhawan at the crease. Hasn't made a T20 100 yet. That might be something he'd love to put right here in Nepal. And if he gets in, he can go big.
Terrific striker with the ball, Chadwick Walton. 19 T20 highs for the West Indies. Never got 100. Probably today is his day. Dave Canal, flattered to deceive. He's a terrific player, but swung across the line. Raj Bansi.
Nicely bowled again. Rajbanshi's accuracy is quite impeccable. Again, another batter beaten on the inside edge.
I went right across the line. If you are to hit Rajbansi, hit him down the ground, side screen. Probably try to drag it wide, long on. Rajbansi is too clever.
What do you like about him? What do you see in his action that you like? He does get the ball to drift nicely too.
I like his energy. He's got good energy through the crease, and he's got impeccable control. His length is so good. He hits the stumps more than 50% of the time. That's a great, marker to have.
He's really like a metronome, isn't he? He's so accurate again and again and again. And he's almost challenging the batter. He's saying, if you want to take a risk against me, you can, but I'm that accurate. I know what I'm going to do. It's an economical action, but it's very effective.
Very repeatable, as they say. Nice, tall release. Good follow through as well. Can come a little more over the top, but that's been what I've seen with the Nepal bowlers. Everyone comes in with the arm. There's a little bit of drift going. Shikhar Dhawan. No deep square leg. Keep an eye out.
Happy just to pick up the single. He'll keep the strike. Rajbanshi starts in the wickets again. A wicket with the first ball 2 days ago. Wicket with his second today. It's 10 for 1.
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Vivo ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Been here in 2021 during the COVID lockdowns, and you could literally see Mount Everest from here, right in the heart of the Kathmandu Valley. It was quite stunning.
Can't wait to get up the Chandragiri hills. You've scared me a bit with that gondola trip, but I'll eventually get there.
It's only HD who's scared of heights. Don't worry, you can get up there. Get up there in the trademark multi-million-dollar project up the hills. We're at about 1,480 metres elevation here in the valley. You rapidly ascend up in the cable car up to 2,400.
Not as high as Johannesburg.
As he told us. Now, do you think Shikhar Dhawan's just going to take a little while to acclimatise? Hasn't played much cricket of late, of course. Maybe a little bit like the way in which we saw Martin Guptill bat yesterday.
100%. I think Shikhar Dhawan will take his time as we look at the picturesque Kathmandu and the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Ground. Can we compare this to Dharamshala?
I think it's better. I've been to Dharamshala, I was there in the 2016 T20 World Cup. That's beautiful. But it's one of a kind here in Kirtipur. Of course, Martin Guptill's innings was 2 days ago, not yesterday. Just wiped out the Sunday from memory. Might have been a few celebrations on Saturday night. Kishore Mahado just maybe adjusting. Again, he's coming back to his native country, having played so much cricket in Australia. The lengths will be very different. You'll need to bowl down there.
Is he still eligible to play for Nepal? That's a great thing. Getting him to come back, I think he's got a lot of potential. He can work up decent pace, can swing the ball.
Well, the second boundary for Dawan again, it's through the same area. The first one was off the front foot, this one's off the back. Equally elegant and stylish. I've got a sneaking suspicion he might just be enjoying it out there.
Yeah, one place where you can't bowl to Shivkar Dhawan is offer him width. He's just too good sitting on the back foot. He's someone who will have his weight back and sit on the back foot, and once you give him width, he's just going to punish you all day. A terrific shot, contact point under the eye, super force powered by Encel. Yeah, hit well in front of square, shows you the amount of time he has.
And there is one of the other big stars. Jimmy Neesham, fresh in. I think he only landed maybe last night. It could have been the day before. He was another one of the players at the T10. He's come in, the highly experienced New Zealand all-rounder. Plenty of draws in this year's MPL.
What an addition to the tournament. James Neesham, terrific cricketer. Yeah, he's playing in place of Ben Mike today.
Just inside the guideline, wasn't it? Really, really close. Yeah, you talk about kind of world-class operators. James Neesham, bat ball in the field with a bit of style and a pretty good social media game too.
Absolutely. Love his tweets from time to time. James Neesham. Great experience for the young Nepali boys to share the dressing room with him, pick his brains.
Down the track, I think he wanted the single but decides not to take on the captain at mid-on. Good comeback from Mahato. It's 15 for 1.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys. The gas hobs se guzeko cha. Your way of quality living.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Vivo.
Again, it's the inside edge challenge, but I think there's a bit of bat involved. That's a good decision for me.
Terrific bowling from Rajvanshi. Again, a lot of drift and then coming on with the arm. Bit of inside edge, definitely saving Chadwick Walton. Yeah, lunging and pushing at it. Not sure whether it's going to turn or come in with the arm. That's when you're winning a little battle.
Yeah, good decision for me from Bismillah Jan Shinwari. In the morning game, we had an all Nepal officiating team, but now we've got two of our travelling umpires that have come in, Bismillah Jan Shinwari, and at square leg Rashid Riaz from Pakistan, who has done quite a few Nepal internationals here, actually well accustomed to the TU. He's just so accurate, isn't he? And he's very used to this role of bowling in the power play. Loves doing it.
Just suited. He hits the stumps, bowls a very good length. Doesn't give you the width. Spins the odd one, comes in with the arm. So he's got all the tricks. Lalit Rajbanshi. Where's Chadwick Walton looking to go?
A little surprised maybe that the Bolts made two changes given how dominant they were 48 hours ago. I suppose the James Neesham change you would have expected, but the other one went Arniko Yadav and in comes Sharmala, who'll kind of bowl that little bit of mystery spin, the off breaks with the occasional one that can go away too.
Probably that's a matchup for Shikhar Dhawan that they have in mind later on. We've got a good mix here. The bowls, they've got a left arm spinner, they've got an off spinner and Harsh Thakur.
See how even Dhawan facing Rajbanshi, not comfortable. You tend to think of Prabhudu Dasanayake, what he does, the way in which he He pulls his teams together. There's always thought behind everything. So I think you're right. I think Shermala could have been for that matchup to Dhawan. And he again gets a single. So he moves into double figures. 4 in the books. It's 17 for 1.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Yeah, you talk about legends of the game here in Nepal, and maybe after Paras Khadka, kind of the Sachin Tendulkar of Nepal, if you will. That's how idolised he is here in the nation of the Himalayas. Gyanendra Malla right next to him. He was the vice captain 10 years ago back in 2014. Lovely to see Sharad Vasakar out there playing, but great to see Malla coaching. He has been coaching the Nepal A side, which actually played its first ever matches this year against an Irish Wolves team at this very venue. And here comes Harsh Thakur, who bowled and batted very nicely on the opening day. Immediately Dhawan finds the gap. Precision placement, gets good reward for a Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G.
There was not much of a gap that he had to play with, but just pierced it well enough. Look at that. The fielder at point and cover point were quite close to each other, but he just threaded that gap so very well. Shows the experience and class of the man.
Bowls him. Oh, what a moment. That Harsh Thakur loves every second. Not sure if maybe a little inside edge, but whatever happened, it went straight onto the top of off stump. And the party atmosphere, well, it continues. It's the big wicket. Shikhar's gone.
Yeah, is that the Red Bull energetic moment of the match? Terrific. What a day for Harsh Thakur. Can't get any better. Hit for a boundary, come back, hit top of off. Shikhar Dhawan looking to go over cover. Missed it completely. And a big wicket for Harsh Thakur. Second wicket down. Shikhar Dhawan gone for 14. And Harsh Thakur is ecstatic. Shikhar Dhawan bowled Harsh Thakur 14 of 14 balls and it's 21 for 2.
Huge moment in the game. Shikhar Dhawan, his maiden appearance at this inaugural Nepal Premier League, cleaned up by Harsh Thakur. It brings Babar Hayat to the crease. He's a very aggressive player, someone who's played quite a lot of cricket here, including at the T20 World Cup Asia qualifier here last year that was hosted in Kathmandu between this ground and the beautiful Mulpani cricket ground, affectionately known as the MCG around Kathmandu. Beautiful views of the Karnali forest over there, but Hong Kong weren't able to do much. He's got a great record around the world. He's a powerful player, and one of his strong areas is somewhere where you get good reward, straight down the ground here.
Opens the batting, doesn't he, usually for Hong Kong? Yeah, but he's here at number 4. All his experience will be put to good use, especially after the departure of Shikhar Dhawan. The big fish, Harsh Thakur, was ecstatic when he got his man. It would have been a dream for him not only to bowl to Shikhar Dhawan, but also get his wicket from Canada, from Indian descent.
Do you think he enjoyed it?
He'll be telling his grandchildren about it.
He's really a lovely guy, is Harsh Thakur. Very proud Canadian cricketer. Again, that link up with the former head coach, Pabudu Dasanayake. He's a final rounder. He was in great form in Canada's first series in Cricket World Cup League 2 earlier this year with a couple of hundreds there in Dubai. Fine batter, but look at his celebrations here. Look at what it meant to him.
Nice drift in, hitting top of off is all the coaches ask for. Shiga going to hit over the cover, missed it completely. A video that he can show all his grandchildren. 23 for 2 after 5.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs they Kuzekosa, your way of quality living.
सिधै आउँछ
सिधै
डाइरेक्ट
डाइरेक्ट
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
सिधै मोबाइलमा
हो बाबा अब आइएमई गरेको पैसा सिधै आइएमई पेमा अर्थात् सिधै मोबाइलमा आउँछ
त्यसो भए त आइएमई गरौँ
सिधै मोबाइलमा DHI happier home today sahi.
Opting to bat first, the Yaks have lost Shikhar Dhawan and Dev Khanal inside the first 5 overs. Last over before the field restrictions will be lifted. It's a sellout crowd here. All set for over number 6. James Neesham. Very good afternoon, H.D. Ackerman.
Good afternoon, Mikhail. It's I don't think it's the ideal start for the Yaks. They won the toss and obviously had a bat first, which surprised many. I mean, I don't mind the decision to bat first, but it hasn't gone the way of the teams that have made that play in the first 2 games. Both games going to the team chasing. So work to be done.
And this is where Babar needs to be a little careful. If he gets his eye in, we know what he can do, HD. They need a partnership, however, at the moment.
Both very, very dangerous players. Babar Hyatt strong down the ground, and Chadwick Walton doesn't have a T20 100 to his name. Chadwick Walton, the man at the striker's end. He's got a 99 not out. But they've still got some batting and some power at the crease.
Gets a leading edge on this one. That was close. You can just sense by the reaction of the fielders in the middle. We don't want to run out this time.
It was Walton's call. Called for the single straight away, and Hyatt responded. It needed a direct hit, didn't get one. Would have been gone.
3-4 so far for the Yaks, batting first. He's just eyed that area, fine up in the circle, that'll race away for a 4. Breaks the shackles, will release the pressure as well. Things had gone quiet in the middle, and they'll need more of it, the Yaks.
If someone had to say to you, please can you draw me a picture of a man from the Caribbean playing a particular cricket stroke, that would be the picture you would draw. Just the raised front leg and the little flip round the corner.
I do remember a great man playing that shot time and again. Much better this time. His protection in the deep, he'll get a single. The surface is looking good. I want to believe there's enough runs in it. But the approach matters. Yet again, spinners making an early impact, HD.
I think it was expected. I think before a ball was bowled in this Siddhartha Bank NPL powered by Ensel, that everyone felt that spin would play a significant role here at the TU.
That's much better. He'll feel good. Got to find the meat of the bat. Single to end the over, 9 runs coming off it. Beg your pardon, 8, it's 31 for 2.
Vivo सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
अब खेल्ने छ नेपाल
3 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2024 powered by NCL. Yaks opting to bat first. Have lost Dev Kanal and Shikhar Dhawan very early within the first 5 overs. Sam Mawson, HD was very impressed by his bowling in the last game. So did Sri Ram. Leg spinner gets the offie going as well. Very shrewd operator in the middle.
I make a signal.
They got a lot of bases covered. The Bolts with their spin department. The left arm's orthodox of Rashbansi. They've got the off spinner of Harsh Thakur, and now Mohsen with his little variations, his leg spinners and off spinners.
1 for 20 for him in that first outing in his 4 overs. Look at that. Fielding off his own bowling, bolts, riding high on a sea of confidence at the moment, seeing the back of Shikhar Dhawan. Well, that certainly is a Red Bull energetic moment as well. Very good fielding.
Go over it, go over it, go over it, go over it, go over it!
Oh, they're pushing for the second. This is good running. The response as well, brilliant. Just got napping there, the fielders in the deep. But he had to cover a lot of ground.
As it leaves the bat, both players 1-2. They run that first one hard. Again, a direct hit would have been close, but the intent wouldn't have been close. He would have been gone again.
That's the power Babar Hayat brings to the middle. Can really give that a mighty hit. But just to keep both these batters quiet, under a strike rate of 100, goes to show the kind of discipline the bowls have put, not just in this game, HD, even in the first. Run rate 4.98. That's been given. Walton has to depart. Mawson strikes in his first over. Wickets falling in a heap here for the Yaks. And the balls yet again make an early impact, particularly the spinners.
When Bolton saw the finger raised, he had a little glance behind him, but he gets a long way across, and this is extremely straight, and that, I'm afraid, is out. That is out, out, out. Their spin is again doing the trick for them, the Bolts. There's a very dangerous man has to depart. Chadwick Walton out to LBW for 8. The Yaks are in trouble, 34 for 3.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है।
अब सिद्धार्थ बैंकको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस्। सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
To bat first, the Yaks are all over the place. And it's the spinners in Rajbanshi, Thakur and Mawson who've been amongst wickets. And out comes a very, very experienced campaigner, Zishan Maqsood, former Oman captain, a strike rate of 120. He's got a century against Bahrain as well. I'll tell you what, this man, once he gets going, if he and Babar Hayat decide to drop anchor and play their natural game, we'll certainly have some runs on the board today from the Yaks. Chadwick Walton, last man, loses wicket, 34 for 3 into the 8th over.
A run rate of 4.86 at the moment. The Yaks need a move on from here. Something needs to give. They need a partnership. Neesham into his second. They've been a very tidy bowling attack. And the consistency really matters. And Maqsood is here.
Just goes straight on. Just plays down the wrong line and that just clatters into the front pad.
Certainly the coaching staff, support staff, everyone ecstatic with that development in the middle. Babar Hayat, 13 deliveries for his 7 runs, very unlike a Babar Hayat innings, but he does take his time early on and then he shifts gears very quickly. What a competition, what a tournament this has been so far into day 2. And if you just have a wide view of this ground, you can sense the excitement and the passion. Just wow, the entire vibe and feel of it. We were down there having a chat during the between the matches. HD, how was it?
It's just unbelievable how the ground is so full. It's such an early part of the day. We've only just got past lunchtime. This ground's been full for some time.
Nicely driven straight to the fielder. Yes, and looks like this is going to be the template all through the next 17 match days. We're done with 2 matches, which means we have another 30 matches to go. Wow, a marathon.
It's a sprint when you compare it to where you come from. The Indian Premier League, what does that take? 9 months? It goes on forever.
This close. Where was that pitching? Right in front, it says. The finger goes out. Shidwari says, gives the marching orders to Zishan. Neesham strikes. Wickets falling quickly here for the Yaks and bowls right on top.
Well, the big question here will be whether it pitched on, because always the danger for the right armer coming over the wicket to the left-hander is, does it pitch outside leg stump? Gets caught in the crease, and it's adjudged to have pitched on leg stump, going on to it off stump.
Maqsood walks back without troubling the scorers. Yaks in deep trouble, 35 for 4. Start here for the bowls. They've just accepted the offer to field first and they've made merry. Not a bad toss to lose here for Captain Anil Shah as the mercurial all-rounder here. Gulshan Jha walks out. Look at that for a strike rate, 140. He certainly had his moments for Nepal as well. The best of 54 versus Oman, and if there's any time he can come good with the bat, today would be the perfect outing and setting for him. Like the way the bowlers have turned up for the bowls, HD. Hardly any width, bowling in the width of the stumps. As a captain, you'd really feel wonderful about this bowling unit.
And that's why they were happy to have a bowl first. I think they were ecstatic when they heard the opposition captain say, we'd like to have a bat first.
He'll get off the mark, Gulshan, and retain strike for the 9th over as well. This has been a top effort by Neesham. A wicket and 2 runs, 36 for 4.
DHI happier home. Today sahi. Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Tapayko Asli Energy Red Bull Asli Nerozo.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs le guzeko cha. Your way of quality living.
Well, the Yaks certainly have their job cut out. They'll be playing the Kathmandu Gurkhas on the 4th of December, then the Rhinos, Biratnagar Kings, the Pokhara Avengers, Lumbini Lions, and the Sudur Paschim Royals on the 16th of December. On the 21st, we'll witness the big grand finale here. 36 for 4 over number 9. A brilliant display. What an atmosphere out here. Oh, we've seen that in the past, but I'll tell you what, this is the level of excitement and passion. Wow.
Any vantage point will do here. In the opening day, the house full signs went up even before a ball was bowled. That is an indication that it's full again.
That's more like the balcony view. No need to worry about entry-exit. Just need to sit on top of the tree and enjoy a good game of cricket. HD, your thoughts on this dismissal?
Tight. Very tight on that leg stump. If it was available, DRS, it might have just been umpire's call, and that's the only thing that counts right here. So Nisham gets lucky.
Tell you what, Mawson is a very, very good bowler in this time of the game.
The problem here for the Yaks is the amount of spin that the Bolts still have to their disposal. And this is Mawson's second over, so he has 2 more. Harsh Thakur, who bowled beautifully in the opening game, he's got 3 more. Rajbansi, who has been sensational, has got 2 more. So we're looking 7-8 overs still of spin to be bowled. So it's tough going here for the Yaks.
What a delivery. Up goes the wicket keeper. In excitement, everybody goes up in unison. And the umpire says, let's move on with the game. Maybe some pad on that. Anxious moments here for Hayat. 9 gone, 37 for 4.
सिधै आउँछ
सिधै
डाइरेक्ट
डाइरेक्ट
आईएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
आईएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
सिधै मोबाइलमा
हो बाबा अब आईएमई गरेको पैसा सिधै आईएमई पेमा अर्थात सिधै मोबाइलमा आउँछ
त्यसो भए त आईएमई गरौँ
सिधै मोबाइलमा
प्रस्तुत छ 10 Plast अटुट जोड मजबुत सम्बन्ध 10 Plast pipes fittings tanks member of 10 group.
Vivo gets fell. 4 of them.
Almost at the halfway stage. Nowhere close to reaching 50 at the moment is Karnali X. And Lalit comes back into the attack. I like the way Anil Saha has rotated his bowlers, HD.
I think the question here for the Yaks is whether they think that they can nudge and nurdle their way to 110, 115 and defend that. It hasn't been the case in the opening 2 games. 120 was chased down comfortably, 110 was chased down easily. And so whether they take it on, whether they risk it, and they do, that's a beauty from Gulshan Jah.
Well, that's a Siddharth Bank 6 as well. Crossing the ropes, creating hopes. And that's the first home run as well for the Karnali Yaks. Good counter-attack, something had to give. Long levers, good base as well. Good reach, goes down on his knee. And gives that a mighty hit. Well, Gulshan Jah it is. Will have to really make it count with the bat. And this is the first time Lalit Rajbanshi has been dealt with in this manner in the tournament so far.
And getting hit back over his head has seen him now change his angle of attack. He's bowling over the wicket, which surprises me a little bit because I think this would suit Gulshan a little bit more. over the wicket, right into that hitting zone. He's lost the strike though. Rashbanji will prefer this to bowl to the right-hander.
Go at 10 and over, you'll get somewhere close to 150. The wickets column is hurting the Yaks at the moment. If they can stitch a partnership from here on, then maybe they can get to somewhere close to 130, 140. Right now, this partnership worth 9. Just the one batter in double figures, Dhawan, a run a ball 14. Well, you believe that they'll mix caution with aggression here, but it's only caution at the moment, HD.
Yeah, something's got to happen. Just the delivery remaining before the players will have a drink, and I'm sure there'll be a discussion on a game plan for those last 10 overs. I think it might be worth the risk. I'd rather get bowled out than set a team 110.
Yeah, he's just mixing it up well. Oh, this could be close. This goes to his wrong side, and that's why he had to take a turn around it. And in the process, Babar will also quickly steal a single and retain strike at the halfway stage. It's been a little bit of a crawl here for the Karnali Yaks. 45 for 4, and they have work to do. Not a bad time to get into discussion mode as well, as both the teams head into a water break as well.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs le buzeko sa. Your way of quality living.
Tapayko Asli Energy Red Bull Asli Nerozo.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Banking sector ma पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ बैंकले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स. यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
Fun of the fair here at the Festival of the Himalayas. It's the inaugural season of this Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Ncell. And we continue to see a great diversity of fans coming in, every age, every background, everyone here. They all love their cricket, and we're loving every second of bringing you these pictures live around the world, particularly to you down south of the border and here in Nepal on Star Sports. It's the most perfect cricketing weather as well. It really is. About 20, maybe 21 degrees, no more than that. And it should be one of the best times of the day to bat. But Karnali Yaks have got themselves into some trouble. Thought it was a very, very big call, let's put it that way, for Sampal Kami to win the toss and have a bat first. I thought we might go 10, 15, 20 games before we saw any captain decide to bat first. Kami's booked the trend early, and his side are under big trouble. But with this young man at the crease, I can't think of a more prodigiously talented youngster than Gulshan Jha, and it's about time we start to see the Nepali batters standing up, as I welcome and say a warm good afternoon to Shiram. What do you think? Gulshan Jha, is he the one?
Can't agree with you more. Time for the local Nepali batsman to stand up. Gulshan Kumar Jha, 38 T20 internationals at the age of 18. That's phenomenal. Most sought after cricketer.
Loves the slog sweep. Pummels it down the ground. Evasive action needed in the crowd. Oh, what a strike that is. Brings up the 50 in real style with his Siddhartha Bank 6.
What a strike. He got one of Rajbanshi in the last over. Now taking on Mohammad Mohsin. Yeah, stand and deliver. Not many batters can stand and hit spin down the ground. And that's a brilliant exhibition of power hitting.
Yeah, there really is something special about young Gulshan Jah. You think about the adversity that he's gone through this year. Sure, he was the man there at the end against South Africa. It was a completely unexpected turn of events. They had tried to scamper the bye, needing 2 to win, 1 to tie. Good googly beats the outside edge. And then the ball ricocheted off his back as they're scampering the bye. And by a freak chance and turn of events, it was then diverted to the cover fielder, Heiner Klaassen, who backhanded it onto the stumps. It's a clip that even bringing it up for Nepal fans gives them heartbreak again, and he was run out by a matter of inches to lose by 1 run. They've never beaten a Test nation, not yet. The day will come, and Gulshan Jah's day will come. The way he's responded to that bounce back tells you everything about the character of the young man when he's putting on a bit of an exhibition, though a diving stop. And we'll save a couple of runs. Good over though, 9 off it. The 50's come up. It's 54 for 4.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Should lift the entire side up.
Yeah, captain, isn't it? Anil Kumar Sah, outstanding. I think that's absolutely perfect. Don't think there's anything wrong with that. Should be 2 runs. They want one more look at it. We think it's clean.
I definitely think it's clean. Anil Kumar Sah, a couple of juggling catches in the last game, but this is a terrific effort. I think that awareness to flick it off that boot saved a couple of runs there. It's clearly inside. Harsh Thakur doing the cleaning up job.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with that for me. Man up in the hot seat, the third umpire just wants as many looks as he can. You can understand that. It's Vinay Kumar, 2 to the total, 54 for 4. Not just from the big names, the big stars, the Jimmy Neeshams, the Lahiru Malanthas, the Shekhar Downs. We want to see the local players stand up. They're standing up with the ball. They have to stand up with the bat too.
I think that's their next step of development. Stand up with the bat. May take a year or so. Just getting used to the franchise cricket, the speed of the T20 game. But all we're seeing is that it's going in the right direction.
Angling down, and Gulshan Jah just didn't quite know where the ball was for a moment. Yeah, there's been a huge amount of domestic cricket here at all kinds of levels. So there's no lack of exposure in terms of to T20 cricket or to these conditions, but it's up that level in 2 ways. One, the quality of players they're playing against, but 2, look at this, 20,000 people maybe in and around the TU ground. Atmosphere, Star Sports cameras on you, under the microscope. Every single move, every decision you make is being analysed. That's the adjustment I think they have to make.
Makes a huge difference. Just the scrutiny that you're put under. You're happy, then sparkling smile, fan of the match. Yeah, she's all very happy.
I'll tell you something, I think the sale of sunglasses in Kathmandu is going to go through the roof through this NPL, because we've got perfect cricketing weather, and the only place to be in town through the coming 3 weeks is here in Kirtipur. Come up that hill, get up to this great ground, enjoy the action. If you can get your hands on a ticket, they're like hotcakes. They're going fast, aren't they?
If you don't get a hand on your ticket, contact.
No, no, not me. I don't need more direct messages on Instagram or Twitter. No, I don't have tickets. I barely get in. For me to get in, I've got to get this accreditation out. You've got to get it out. That's the bald head doesn't do it. The tacklued eye doesn't get in.
No, we didn't even have this in the morning. He just got us in. Don't believe him. He's the man to go to in Nepal.
You're getting me in trouble. It's game day 2. Thanks, Shiram. Great to have you here. Really is. Good running. They'll get a couple. Gulshan Jha. His development of his batting outstanding.
I can't only play the big shots, but can definitely nurdle the couples and rotate the strike. The man, the Taklu, I've enjoyed being with him.
You knew the tacklued eye shout before you got here, didn't you? For those watching, I love the tacklued eye shout. It means bald elder brother. Like, how can you not love that? That's a good nickname.
It's a great nickname. And that just shows how much they love you in this part of the world. Andrew Leonard, already a household name.
It's the love of cricket. That's all it is. A special place. So much joy here. Good over again from Nisham. 12 ball, 60 for 4.
Tapay ko asli energy Red Bull asli ne rozum.
DHI happier home. Today sahi.
I don't think that's going to be nearly enough. We haven't seen much wrong with the pitches. They're definitely maybe not as quick and as high scoring as this ground has shown historically, but they are not 120, 130 wickets. They really aren't. Gulshan Jha has the firepower. Babar Hyatt, it's really surprised me as to how slowly he's been scoring, but I think we're going to see a change of gears coming and come very soon. Could it be this over now from Harsh Thakur?
What Gulshan Jha has done is taken the left arm spinner out of the game, Rajbanshi. So it's all now Harsh Thakur.
Yeah, I like the matchup call. Good decision from Anil Shah. He's almost like he is the captain, but you can almost see Asif Sheikh alongside him, kind of the two of them making a lot of the decisions together. He's actually the only marquee player of the 8 Nepal internationals, one assigned to each of the franchises. They're going to run a quick single and get home. Still no Tul Bahadur Thapa with the ball. That's a surprise for me, the left arm wrist spinner. But yeah, Sheikh the only one to not be captain, even though he's a marquee player. There's the young left arm wrist spinner. Get him in the game.
Bit of Kuldeep Yadav in him. I saw that yesterday or the day before. Yeah, he bowled just the one solitary over. Would love to see more of him.
I think the world of Tul Bahadur Thapa. He still has to grow a little more, get stronger. He can be a little slow through the air. I used to bowl my leg spin, right arm leg spin, but him as a left arm wrist spinner, it's a real asset.
He's got some work to do with his action as well. We spoke about his front arm dropping away, which was an issue that Kuldeep Yadav had as well, but he's rectified it, and what a bowler he's become today.
Dragged down and pumped down the ground for 6. Gulshan Jha, he's got power to burn. Wasn't a good delivery, but it was put away with real panache.
Definitely he's got some skill here, Gulshan Jha. All 3 sixes have been down the ground. That was short, but still hit straight, and terrific power. He goes to 27 of just 21 balls, and he's turning it on here. No chance for the long on fielder. Harsh Thakur disappointed with himself more than anything.
He's now hit 3 Siddhartha Bank sixes. He was so good on the Tour of Canada in particular in September. Joined a very exclusive club of those in one-day international cricket who've taken a 5-wicket haul and scored a 50 in the same match. He was player of the match even though Nepal lost that game. And on tricky pitches in King City, really difficult batting conditions, he found a way to score. Does favour that kind of long on to Cow Corner area. Surely, for Babar Hyatt, he's got to start getting involved. He's striking now at 50. That's not quickly enough in a T20.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's got to get going, Babar Hyatt.
He'll keep the strike. 8 runs from Thacker second, 68 for 4.
Take the ball, man.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hob से बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नै रोजौं.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
प्रस्तुत छ 10 Plast अटूट जोड मजबूत सम्बन्ध 10 Plast pipes, fittings, tanks, member of 10 Group.
Part of a 5th wicket partnership that's worth 33 now, coming at just better than on a ball. Babar Hyatt has barely played a shot in anger here. Something's got to give in his innings.
12 of 24, Gulshan Jah going so well at the other end.
I said something's got to give, and it may well be a wicket. Nisham the one who's never going to drop that. Hyatt never got settled at the crease, and it's good reward for an excellent spell of wrist spin from Ahmed Mohsin. He's got a second to his name.
I got Chadwick Walton earlier, and now add Babar Hyatt to that. Very, very good piece of bowling. Beat him in the flight, and Babar Hyatt had nowhere to go. A big shot attempted across the line, but all he ended up doing was skying it straight to short cover. Jimmy and Nisham accepts the clutch gleefully, and second wicket for Mohammad Mohsin. They're back in the game now. Are the bowls gone for 12, and it's 68 for 5.
Back.
Well, we keep talking about that North American connection, don't we? It's going to be Arjun Talu coming to the crease. He's not quite ready yet, and absolutely within his rights to pull away. And that North American connection with Mohammad Mohsin, who's plying his trade in the United States now. He's had real success in minor league and major league over there. Such an effective bowler, and there's very little change in action between the leg break, which got out Babar Hyatt from the previous ball, which was this one, and the googly that he just bowled. It ended, well, what was a pretty poor innings, Sriram.
It's not what we're accustomed to seeing from Babar Hyatt, but today was not his day. Yeah, beautiful bowling, good flight, disguises his wrong and really well, and he's got one front of the hand as well that skids on, which got Chadwick Walton. So he's got all the slick tricks up his sleeve.
He's great to watch, he really is. And the North American connection is Prabhuda Dassanayake, former head coach of USA, former head coach of Canada. And he's plucks these players. Lahiru Malantha out of the United States, okay, via Sri Lanka, yes. Mohammad Mohsin out of the United States, yes, via Pakistan.
Harsh Thakur
from Canada, from Toronto. You just look at the way in which he scouts this entire team, the blueprint of the cricket the Bolts are playing. They're already the early favourites in this tournament, and that's thanks to Dasanayake's input on this side. beautifully bowled. What a spell. Outstanding wrist spin bowling of the highest quality. 14 bowled, 69 for 5.
Himsta for a complete home.
अब खेल्ने छ नेपाल.
The auction for this MPL that I believe all 8 teams were in for him, because there was a cap on the salary for the local players at that point. Just ended up becoming a lucky draw. And how lucky did the Yaks get to get maybe the most in-demand all-rounder?
Okay, leave it.
Well, there's been an absolute frenzy of excitement around this man arriving. Let's get down to Mikhail Vaswamy, who's got Shikhar Dhawan with him.
Oh yes, Andrew, Nepal's newfound love and obsession, Shikhar Dhawan, Gabbar, and I'll tell you what, the moment he's on screen, on the big screen, it's going to be a big roar. How's the love been over here ever since you've landed, Shikhar?
It's been amazing, quite unexpected. I didn't thought that they're gonna be appreciating me or loving me like that way, and I'm very, very blessed and grateful that I'm here and enjoying the Nepali.
Right, take us through this entire phase of you being approached by the Karnali Yaks and the entire association coming by.
Yeah, I recently retired, and of course then I was open for other leagues. I'm still quite fit, and they approached, and I was like, all right, why not? It's good for me to be over here, of course play the matches as well as pass on my knowledge to...
You'll be happy that came right at you.
Sure, it's a tough wicket. And yeah, happy to be here and pass on my knowledge to Nepalese players or whoever in the team.
Yeah, quick question about the way you've integrated into the side. What's the knowledge you've passed on? What's it been like to be with the Karnali Yaks?
It's a great feeling. We've got a great coach and quite the young bunch of boys, and all are in their 20s. And it's good fun. Yeah, passing on my experience, whatever I played in IPL for 17 years or international cricket, and telling them that, especially with the youngster, not to be too harsh on themselves, and knowing this game, knowing the situation. There's so many of detailings which we talk, interesting.
Right. Trust me, with over 10,000 runs in T20 cricket, if I'm a young Nepali cricketer, I will be a fly on the wall to seek as much information from you. I know you're fixated over there as well to know what's happening. A quick word on the wicket. You did say about it being a little tricky. Your thoughts?
Yeah, wicket is not a very true wicket. It's a bit slow, so it's a bit hard to play the shots, and that's why the total scores are quite low over here. And but yeah, that's what it is, and you have to make the most of it.
You know, I'll tell you what, we call you Gabbar, right? But in this part of the world, you're kisi ka bhai, kisi ki jaan. That's because when you talk about this crowd and when they talk about Gabbar, they're all in love with you.
Yeah, I'm very, very blessed and happy, and it feels good to be here. I've never been to Nepal before, so I'm exploring new countries. As of course, there's not much of time where I can go, and I would have loved to go to the Mount Everest over here as well, as into the base camp. And yeah, but very, very happy to be here.
You were in the talent that you've so far seen. I know it's not much game time, but you spent some time. But you have tweeted in the past about Nepal cricket. You have spoken about it. Your thoughts on the overall development and the talent that's on offer?
I feel it's a great development, and this league going to bring so much confidence to the Nepalese boys, and their cricket gonna grow from here for sure. I can see that. That's how our cricket went up in India, and this league, because when international players coming in playing with them, even when the local boys gonna perform better than us, because every game it's different. Sometimes international gonna perform, and sometimes domestic. So when they're gonna perform better than then for sure their confidence, their self-belief going to boost up, and that's going to help up eventually when they're going to play for their country.
Just a couple of questions before we let you go. Thank you for your time once again. We've seen you put out some wonderful Instagram reels. Do we see some Nepali reels as well coming out from Shikhar Dhawan?
Let's see. Why not? If I get a good content, for sure I like to put it. I recently went to Pashupatinath temple as well, so that feel quite blessed that I went there, visited there. Yeah, so yeah, you never know.
Thank you very much for your time. Good luck and all the very best for the full season. Yeah, that's Shikhar Dhawan there, having a lovely chat here.
Bowled him, big moment in the game. Gulshan Jha gets cleaned up by Kishore Mahato, one outstanding young Nepalese talent, takes the wicket of the other one. Mahato impressed us 48 hours ago, and HD Ackerman, that's a massive moment of the game. Jha falls.
I was fearing this. He just looked as though he had made the decision to put the foot down and he'd hit a couple of boundaries, but there was always this feeling that if he gets out, they can just fall in a heap. He was the one man that could get them to that 130 mark, but he's got knocked over. Kishore has been impressive. He was impressive in the opening game. He's been good again here. Gulshan Jha goes for a well-played 36, but the Yaks are now 79 for 6.
Well, he's always smiling, isn't he, this man? Sampal Kami comes to the crease under a little bit of pressure because he's the captain who made the big decision to decide to have a bat first. Very much against the trend historically here at the TU, but also in terms of what we thought was most likely for all captains winning the toss. He's very capable with the bat too, but usually won't do it at a particularly quick rate. With Gulshan Jha's wicket falling, the hopes of sort of 130, 140 may be out the window. They might have to just try and scramble up to 120 now. He's got a yard of pace, doesn't he, Mahato, down playing first-grade cricket in Australia, back into Nepal only because of Prabhuda Dasanayake, really. Great delivery, this.
Around the wicket is always a risk to the left-hander, though, because he's hitting with the angle. And obviously believing that he needs to be right at those stumps. Wins that battle.
Someone the Irish team were really impressed with. They met in the Cricket World Cup qualifier last summer. They thought that he bowled with pace, aggression, actually hit the pitch pretty well there at the Takashinga ground in Harare. A few of the boys said they reminded him a little bit of Liam Plunkett, the kind of middle overs role, middle overs enforcer. He's doing a different role in this T20 format, but you don't get many tall, fast bowlers here in Nepal. They're as rare as anything. So just great to see him back here playing in Nepal. Good change up too, little leg cutter that time.
The Bolts only really need him and Jimmy Neesham, because they've got so many spin options and different spin options. It's not just the same. You know, Tucker bowls his off spinners, and Rajbanji with his left armers, who's been mightily impressive across the two games, and then Mohsin has come into his own today with his leg spinners and other little variations. So they've really got a lot of bases covered, the Bolts, as far as their bowling goes.
It is literally the full house of cards. Tul Bahadur Thapa, who's just doing the fielding. He isn't at a bowl yet either. The left arm wrist spinner. That's been a surprise. 84 for 6.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Himsta for a complete home.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Kathmandu was about Shikar's arrival. Heard him talk to Mikhail Vaswamy there, and he was yesterday. Did see him alongside the Karnali Yaks, the rest of his teammates, visit Pashupatinath Temple. It's one of the most important temples anywhere here. It's a World Heritage Site as well, one of 7 in the Kathmandu Valley alone, and it is seen as one of the holiest places for all Hindus, and it's very much a rite of passage to go and visit it. Beautiful place. Here comes Ladit Rajbanshi for his 4th and final. I spoke glowingly about him there. He really is a clever bowler.
Well, on a surface that doesn't take a lot of turn, number one, you have to be accurate, which is what you've spoken about ad nauseum, about how accurate they are here in Nepal with their left arm finger spin. But he varies his pace exceptionally well, which is a real good variation in itself. And he has been good. Bowls at the beginning, bowls at the back end, bowls in the middle. So he himself covers a whole lot of areas. Well, you seemed a little surprised when the coin went up in the air and then it landed, and the decision was to bat first.
You can never quite predict what Sampal Kami's going to do. He's such a charismatic guy, he really is. I was in shock, and I saw the match referee look at me, and he kind of double-checked with me, and I said, yes, they're batting. They are batting. We thought that every captain who'd win a toss here, certainly early in the comp, is going to want to bowl first. Good turn on offer this time. And I asked him the question, do you think it will put your side under some pressure? And he said, no, not at all. It gives us a chance to show how good we are and get the runs that we'll get.
I've never been against the side batting first, to be brutally honest, but it just seems, just in the opening 2 games, you see there's definitely some turn there now. In the opening 2 games, teams batting first have scored low scores. And it can work well if you bat well. But the pressure just goes so off the side batting second if you can't post anything significant.
Particularly with it being their first game of the competition. The Bolts have already been out there, they've got a win, they're full of confidence, they look like a very balanced team. Surely what you want to do is get out there as 11 together as the Yaks. Brilliant bowling. Rajbanshi outstanding. Both games so far. Even Rashid Riaz, the umpire, goes, oh, that's a good one.
The way he's bowling, would you excuse him if he got a slip in the 17th over?
Amazing. Early spell, challenges the inside edge, now challenging the outer. That's a brave stroke with the way that last one turned, but gets to the pitch and will get a single to keep the strike. 17 bowled, 89 for 6.
Solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs le buzeko cha. Your way of quality living.
Karnali Yaks, well, they'll want to reflect into their approach after opting to bat first. Gulshan Jha looked very good for his 36. Played a lone hand, but they're still to get to the 100-run mark. Another 18 legal deliveries. And you just wonder how much is enough. We've seen 120, 110 being chased in a canter. H.T. Ackerman alongside me. Sampal Kami, the captain, in the middle. The going has been tough, H.T., for the Yaks.